Hey everybody, Jason Schneider here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about another one of the differences between NLP and neurosemantics, which is that whereas NLP primarily focuses on doing it to others, neurosemantics focuses on applying it to yourself first. And if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, but I think it's worth driving home that, again, when I first started practicing NLP and when I first even discovered NLP, my main intention, my main goal was to be this powerful transformational wizard that could get magical transformational change in someone's life in just a word or just a sentence or in just a short conversation. And that was kind of this dream of me having this power to be able to influence change. And while my intentions were good, like I genuinely wanted to help people and I wanted to do it in a way that was efficient and a way that was ecological, there was kind of a bit of a blur in that intention because of what I modeled from most of the NLP trainers and most of the NLP coaches that I saw, which was that they were demonstrating their effectiveness, their power. And it was more about them than it was about the client. And again, all of these things are generalizations. I'm sure there are many NLP practitioners who operate from a very high level of integrity, and I know many of them. So this isn't a diss to traditional NLP. But the emphasis in neurosemantics, as long as I've been involved and as long as I've seen anybody get involved, has been on applying these tools to yourself first. And when I made that shift in myself, when I started applying the tools to myself, the change was dramatic. When I first started, actually, this is a story that I haven't told before on camera. So when I first started going to NLP trainings, I must have gone through about maybe 10 NLP practitioner and master practitioner trainings before I ever kind of raised my hand and sat down in the demo chair. It wasn't until I actually attended probably my second neurosemantics training. It was my first one, I remember now, that I actually went up in front of the group and was a demonstration subject. And even when we had the breakout groups in the NLP training, if you're not familiar, it's very experiential. So you practice everything in pairs or sometimes in groups of 3 or more. And in those groups, if we only had a short amount of time and we were running out of time, I would always volunteer to do the pattern, the process first. And then if we ran out of time, oh, it's okay. I don't need to receive the pattern. Because again, my intention was to be the most amazing NLP practitioner, not necessarily to be the most amazing person. It wasn't even in my vision. So when I made that shift in my first neurosemantics training, and I really started to understand the power and the value of applying to self, nowadays, you could ask me 1,000,000 times over, and I will tell you 1,000,000 times over that I would much rather be in the chair of the person receiving the change than in the chair of the person delivering the change. So this is a huge learning for me. I even was having a conversation with a coach yesterday who was saying that her participants, some of them come through her trainings, or a neurosemantics trainer, some of the participants go through her trainings wanting to be a coach and not necessarily caring about receiving the patterns or the processes. And my advice to her, kind of jokingly, but 100% serious, was save them a couple of years of work and pain and struggle and just let them know that they should probably be in the other chair first, especially before they start working with other people. Because when you work with others from a place of when you haven't necessarily applied the work to yourself first, if it doesn't come across as inauthentic or incongruent, I promise you that at the end of the day, it feels inauthentic and incongruent inside of yourself as the practitioner or as the coach. So even some of the trainers or practitioners or coaches, if you've ever seen someone around, you may or may not even recognize, but the people who practice NLP and neurosemantics, who are genuinely the most fulfilled and who are genuinely the best models of excellence, are the people who take this stuff and apply it to themselves first. So I went a little bit longer in this video than I expected to, but this point is something that can't be emphasized enough. Apply the stuff to yourself first. You'll see dramatic changes in your life. You will become more flexible in yourself. You'll become more fulfilled in yourself. And through that enhanced flexibility and fulfillment, I promise you 1,000 times over, you'll be a better practitioner with others.